What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Tamika?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Chris. How are you, my love?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Yeah, so, everybody, this is the first of a new series of shows because, I'm be doing other shows where it's just me and a friend. We just kicking it, talking about life, talking about what's going on with us. So, what's been going on with you lately, Tamika? I know you've really been feeling a certain kind of way about a lot of stuff lately. And I know you want to get a lot of stuff off your chest.
Yeah, I've been feeling a certain type of way about like the dating. Me being a black transgender woman, child, dating is kind of hard. I've been on these dating websites like Plenty of Fish and TME, Meet Me, those type of websites, uh, dating apps or whatever. And I haven't been so lucky with them.
I think that's the testimony of a lot of people out there, really. I mean, shit, that's my testimony. I was on Tammy too. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been on Plenty of Fish because it's kind of just
Yeah.
I never really liked it, but my favorite was always uh uh uh, Bumble. That was always my favorite one was Bumble
I never tried
because
Bumble. I might
yeah,
you gave
Bumble
me
was the
something
bomb.
new.
Yeah, what's going on, King Clee?
Hi. Hi,
Shit.
King.
Brianna in the house, showing
Hey.
love. We just kicking it, chilling out, talking about life.
Yes.
These apps out here is just like it's really fucked up. The game is all sorts of fucked up.
All types of fucked
And
up.
I done said it before on this channel. It's a lot of folks out there that is ready and they having a hell of a time finding other people that's ready.
This is
Because I
true.
know you was telling me about some dudes that was the dudes that you was running into out there.
Child. So, like, say for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, guys, I would come across guys. I was like, "Oh, hey, I want to get to know you," and like being misleading. And they want to get to know me. Then next minute, yo, what's good with your mouth? Like, I like your lips. I like your titties. That shit look nice, yo. Can we link up? You looking to link up? I thought you was trying to get to know me though.
Oh damn.
Where they do that?
Damn.
Really?
Damn.
So it's a turn off because it's bad enough that transgender woman we already have like
Shout out to Craigslist. RIP.
it's bad enough to us as a transgender woman. We already have a stigma over our head that hey, like all we're good for is to be fucked and sucked. Like just fucking. We're not good for nothing else. Unfortunately,
Mm,
that's not the case because I definitely don't believe that. I'm definitely wifey material. Period. Uh,
that's what's up.
yeah. Mm-mm.
Well, shoes, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't been working out for me because and I just look. A lot of times, I ain't. Look. I don't know. I'm sorry. Got to get my words together. I'm not here for a pen pal. It's a lot of girls. When I be running into girls in these dating apps, all they want to do is just chat and text and chat and text. And I'm like, okay, but I mean, can we like video message? Can we talk like verbally? Can we meet up for a date? I particularly, well, obviously, me and a lot of the guys that I know, we prefer meeting women in our own cities because then we can actually see them in person, go out on a date instead of, forever texting until that just runs out of steam. And then now you're just on to the next girl that you match with on a dating app. I hate this new world of dating. I hate the texting. I hate the apps because I hate fucking pen pals.
But I will say this: the people who I catch the most chemistry and things with don't live in my state, and it's so weird.
Where okay.
It's weird.
That's sad. It's tragic how that happens to so many people. But then it's amazing when I see those people move together. Like then they move to the same city and they start building a life together. And I feel very fortunate to have seen that happen with a lot of my brothers.
That's
A
what's
lot of
up.
my brothers and hell, one of my best friends. He was living in Japan and he's American, but he was living in Japan and met his girl here, like on the internet. She was here in the States,
Mm-hmm.
and she was living in Oklahoma. And then, they dated a while, and then they finally, joined up, and they're engaged now.
Word.
Bought a house. They live in that life. So,
Yes.
people can find happiness out there. They are finding happiness out there. It's just, why not me?
I say the same damn thing. Why not me? Pass that good
Why,
luck on
Lord?
me.
What's going on, Samaya the Lioness? Everybody,
Hi,
ATL
Miss
Lioness.
Samaya.
Y'all need to check out her new joint. She got this podcast that she just started up. It's definitely fire, featuring my man's Troy. He was in it. Well, he was in her first episode. He was a guest. So, shout out. And shout out to the Box Number 512 podcast. Black Girl and Trans Woman Talk. I think I said that right. I love that podcast.
I'm gonna check it out too. First of all, I just
Yeah.
love the name. It just drew me in. Like, what? Yes.
Oh yeah, no, them girls are fire. And that's for sure. So we were talking earlier, and you were talking about, like, so you feel your old soul. Now, how does that jive with your dating life?
So, a lot of things. So first of all, I'm 30. I ain't
Okay.
that old, but
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, I am. But I'm 30. So majority of the guys that I come across, they're not in. We're into the same thing, and we're not into the same thing. But hold on.
I mean, come on, you came on the show. You got to talk about it. This ain't time for the censorship game, okay?
Like, a lot of the guys that I've come across, they too young-minded for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. They too immature. I have a sense of humor and things of that nature, but like, you gotta learn how to grow up and take some things seriously. Because I ain't got time for no little ass boy. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it can go wrong. And then I feel like in this generation, it's all about fucking. Nobody knows the values of dating anymore. Love. Nobody cares about them no more. Like, I'm just saying.
I mean, we live in an age where hookup culture is dominant, and even in the cis world, hookup culture is it. People go out to the bars, they go have one night stands. They're all about being friends. None of that connection, none of the real actual connection. I don't know when all that fades out for them, and they decide, you know what, I think I'm actually start a life with somebody. But it's what's happening. So.
Don't get me wrong. I had my days. I had my days of doing hooking up and things that I'm pretty sure everybody has. But I'm 30 years old. I really want to be in a committed relationship. I'm looking for a guy who I can genuinely get to know, and not saying that we can't have sex, but I don't want it to be only just about that, because that's just going to be a turn off. Like, why are you in my face? I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because sex only lasts so long, and after that, you got to actually talk to the motherfucker. Like, I got to be able to connect mentally. And I mean, even for me, even with the sex, I always view it as more of a spiritual act. So, our spirits got to match. We have to connect on some other level than just raw physicality.
Right.
So, it's there's a lot of levels to all that stuff, and yeah, it's sad, but that's the world we live in. Everybody wants to hook up. It's just that's what it is. See, my man King, hooking up.
How do you feel?
Oh, look, he just agreeing with us.
Right.
You got to bond with somebody out here, and you're talking about all these guys that are very young minded, and you're looking for that serious relationship. But I want to ask you, I mean, how many relationships have you had? Like, have you had a lot of relationships that fit that model that you're looking for?
Honestly, I'll be truthfully, I only been with 5 guys in my whole entire life. Out of 30 years I've been on this earth, in a relationship wise, I've only been with 5 guys in a relationship. Like, I've been single for 3 years now.
Ooh, you get used to that, don't you? I ain't gonna lie, I get used to that. I'm like, wait, I got my own space. I don't have to check with nobody and do nothing.
But sometimes, it
I
gets
can play
lonely.
PlayStation as late as I want to.
But sometimes it gets lonely. Like, I want to wake up.
You're right, it does.
And I want to
It
be
does.
cuddled up next to him. I want to cook dinner, breakfast for him.
Hmm.
All different. These are the things I've been thinking about. But
Yeah.
um,
But you're not alone in that. There are tons of people out there,
yeah,
men, women of all kinds. Everybody's looking for that special relationship, And sadly, a lot of people in the circles that we travel, a lot of people do find somebody, a lot of people don't,
mm-hmm.
you know,
Well,
um, for various reasons. And you were talking about, earlier today you were talking about guys who just like they weren't ready, like they hadn't considered everything that there is to consider before you actually get into a relationship with a woman of trans experience.
yes.
And no, no,
Uh,
go ahead. No, go.
so like I can speak on my ex-boyfriend for uh we were together and he said he wasn't ready, but he was cheating on me with another trans woman.
Oh.
And the trans she called my phone and all types of crazy stuff. and,
Hmm.
and when she called my phone, he was laying right next to me. That's the crazy part. So yeah, and he said he wasn't ready for a relationship with either one of us. So how can I put this?
Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, no.
So he wanted to soil his oats because he thought he was just attracted to trans women. He's also attracted to men. And he
Oh.
just wanted to like get himself out there to feel comfortable. I understood that, but I also had to explain to him, it's not right to mislead people on.
Mm.
Because once people start catching feelings, now you're fucking with other people's feelings. And like I was fucked up for a little while because I actually fell in love with him. Because I'm one of those people. Once I said I don't use the word love you loosely. If I say I love you, I genuinely mean it.
Hmm.
So, because I don't know how people just say that so loosely. I'm not understanding that. But anywho, I don't say
Mm.
that too loosely. Just like I don't use the word friend. Oh, you're my friend. No, boo. Uh-uh.
That's good. That's good. And I'm glad somebody else, because I have the same philosophy. So there's
Yeah.
only so many folks that are actually your real friends,
Yeah,
true blues that's
absolutely.
down for you no matter what.
Yeah. I
Guess
have a
you
whole
call
bunch
at
of
4 in the morning.
associates, not
Yeah,
friends, baby.
yeah, I have a lot of acquaintances.
Yes.
I know people.
Hello?
I got a few friends.
Hello?
So, you were talking about, and I'm sorry, I'm just alluding to your video. Y'all,
No, you're babe.
Tamika put out a video on her YouTube channel. Definitely go check it out. Tamika Alexis YouTube channel. You were talking about, like, I guess you a little bit like about your depression
Yes.
and what was really affecting you. And I really wanted you to share that with everybody.
So I would say around when I was 14,
Hmm.
I was told by this older man, he was like 40 something, 42, 42, 43. And he didn't know my age because I didn't tell him. So y'all young kids don't be doing that out there. That's wrong. Um, but all jokes aside, he told me, or because I saw that when you're young, you catch feelings for people.
Hmm.
You don't know what that is. You don't.
Young love.
Or what you think is love.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's something.
Yeah, it's something type of feeling. So if he told me no, he said the only thing you're ever gonna be good for is sucking dick and getting fucked. And that's exactly what he said. And that stuck to me from I was 14 until like my middle 20s. And I'm 30 now. And that stuck to me because I'm like, damn, that's only guys like me being a trans woman, that's only what men want from me. And I started to feed into that a lot. Because the only way I would feel love if I was asleep with a man. And it's weird, but it's the truth. And then once that man leaves and we're done doing what we're doing, I start feeling sad and depressed. I stop caring about myself. I would say from the age of 14 to my like early 20s, I tried to commit suicide about 7 to 8 times already
Mm.
because me feeling depressed and being lonely and being feeling abandoned and feel like nobody wanted me or loved me. Do I feel like that sometimes today? Not the suicide part because I learned how to love myself more and put myself first personally. But do I get lonely? Absolutely. I'm human. Like I want that companionship. I want to be with somebody. I want somebody to get to know me genuinely for me and accept me for my flaws, just like I accept him for his flaws. But unfortunately, that's not the world and the society that we live in, because like society's rough, and a lot of these men that I happen tend to run across are on the down low. And personally, my thing is now, if a guy approaching me on the down low, he automatically gets dubbed. You're not talking to me. Oh, honey, I
That's
can't,
what the fuck is up.
because I don't talk to you.
Ladies, take a lesson. No DL men. Cancel DL men. Let's
Yeah,
do
I
it.
just can't, because, honey, I can't keep on uh living the cycle over and over. I just can't. I
Mm-hmm.
have to break it. So I started doing a lot of self healing. I started to go to therapy. I started to speak a lot of things about a lot of things that happened in my childhood, like getting molested, raped, gang raped, abused, going from foster home, group homes, all these things that affected me. I started to speak about it in therapy, and it's crazy because I started to feel better about it,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, and I started to feel relief off my shoulders, because speaking to some people that you don't, speaking to a person that you don't know, and then speaking to a person that you do know, is totally different.
Really?
So
Huh.
I found that different, because anytime I would express my feelings to a person that I genuinely thought I would trust, it either would get thrown in my face, or it goes into one ear and out the other, because you can tell when a person's interested in what you're saying. You can tell when a person's alert and paying attention to what you're saying. And I just tend to see, or like if like, say we're having a conversation and then you just happen to change the topic real quick, I know you're not paying attention. I know you was not listening to anything I just said, and it's
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful.
Hmm.
So I would get that a lot. So I said, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm gonna go get help, seek help, and go to therapy and work on me. Everybody can kiss my ass. Myself, my self love, me, Tamika, I come first. Fuck everybody else. That's how I
Amen.
feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to take care of your mental health. It's so important.
Yeah.
Got to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's where one, I don't have anything going on to that same extent, but I mean, really just taking care of yourself and making sure you're good and making sure you're in a space that's good for you just means, the world. And you really got to pay attention to that. No matter what situation you're in, even, I guess for a lot of trans women, yes, absolutely on this tip, but, for fellas, get away from toxic people. Everybody, if there's toxic folks around you, get rid of their ass. If they
Mm-hmm.
contribute nothing but negativity and bad feelings for you, get rid of them.
Just
And
what you say,
I'm
though.
telling you, I got rid of a 16-year acquaintance. Uh, uh, shit, just this past month, had to get rid of him and his racist wife. Like I was done. Like boy, we go back to when we was kids, man, and nah, my black ass, you don't give a fuck about black folks.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to let that one go.
Amen.
Out. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Let me look this up real quick. So something else we talked about was the trans community as a whole, and being supported by it or not being supported by it. And you were telling me like you really weren't feeling the love too much by some of the other people in the
Yeah,
community. And I kind of want you to
absolutely.
share a little bit more about that.
So with me,
Putting you on the spot. Let's go.
so with me, it's it works two ways, because I can take ownership,
Yeah.
because I feel like I need to be a little bit more open,
Mm-hmm.
because I let things that happen from my past have my guard up when it comes to the LGBT community sometimes. I had a really two gay best friends when I was like really young, and all the type of fuckery that happened with them, I just never trust again. But I'm starting to trust a little bit. So,
Good. Good.
but
Good.
I never, even when I was younger, I never really felt embraced. No.
Mm.
Mm-mm. It's too much cutthroat, too much bullshit going on. Instead of uplifting, we always want to bring down each other. That's what
Mhm.
irks my nerves, especially with all of the killings and things that's happening with our brothers and sisters, our trans brothers and sisters. You will want to uplift and encourage us and stay and like and be together. Why try to tear each other down from within? I hate that with a passion. That's just like the black community. Black Lives Matter. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You gotta fix within first before you can start preaching. Not saying that you can't preach and say, hey, we mad at X, Y, and Z, but you also have to fix within first. That's
Absolutely.
how I feel about that.
Absolutely. And I mean, speaking of coming together, especially for the trans community, I know of a great event that they have it every year. It's called BTAC. It's in Dallas. It's an event I plan on going to just to connect with people and meet more folks in the community, and meet other content creators, and share my point of view on a lot of things. Because the reason why I made stuff like I do this channel and I did my other podcast is because the guys are always kind of a special episode. There are thousands and thousands of trans female content creators out there, and ain't nobody talking about the dudes that date them. So I just want to kind of be there and be represented, so to speak. But look, anybody listening to this, all black trans women out there, if y'all looking to connect with community and meet quality people, BTAC is definitely for you. It's in Dallas. It's in April, I believe. The people that I know that go to it, that love it, though, there's some high quality women. There's a lot of really great leaders that show up there for the community, and there's a lot of really good sessions. So I'm very excited to check it out.
You know what? When we're done with this, please send me like the information because I would
Yeah.
be interested in that because I need that. Honestly, I need to put myself around women who can uplift me and teach me things because I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. So yeah.
See here, I'm gonna bring it up. Just so everybody knows what it is. Give me 1 second. Let my internet load. Let the internet do its job. But yeah, I've always wanted to just get out there and meet people, and 2020 was supposed to be my year to be like going out to events. I was planning on going out to the March on DC. I was going to go to BTAC, and I was going to go to any other events like where in my city. Now I'm in Houston, so I would have tried to make it out to some events and just meet people. Connecting with folks is important. And I've connected with some amazing people since I've started content creation and since I've actually started trying to meet people in the community. Not in a sexual way at all, just having great conversation and making connections. And this is it's conversations like this. This is the good stuff right now. Just hanging out, kicking it, talking about life.
And that's another thing too. Like, not every I have that issue too. Not every guy I walk down the street with, I'm sucking and fucking. Number one, because it can just be a genuine good friendship. Just because I have to believe it or not, I have more cis friends than LGBT friends.
Here we go. BTAC, y'all. BTAC, ladies, if you're watching this, show up. Dallas, Texas, April 26th. I think it's actually free to register for. You just gotta, the big expense is really the hotel. So when I was looking to go in 2020, I was just like, ugh, I might drive up for half the week and then get rooms for like 2 or 3 of the nights because the whole thing was like, shit, I think it was like 800.
Oh, that's light work.
Yeah, well, us poor people, us peasants. Shit, I'm just like, and I ain't gonna lie, I was spending my money on a whole lot of other craziness back then. Coronavirus, clubs are closed. So I'm saving lots of money.
Oh yeah,
lots of money.
Honestly. Yeah,
not going out with the homies, kicking it at the bar, spending a lot of money on drinks, flying out to visit people. I would fly out like at least once a month to visit family, friends, whatever. Because I move around a lot, so I'm from Wisconsin originally. I can't see my shirt. Oh, shit. Yeah, see, Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin originally, so I always got to go back and see all the homies and see my god kids and my mom and all them. So, hey, the flights don't cost nothing. Shoot, folks got to see you out here.
Yeah.
Shoot. So, I'm sorry. Let me see here. What else? We got some other stuff on the list, but you know what? I think that's pretty much all we have on the list for today.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other topics you needed to vent about? You had the spirit of venting on you today. I feel the spirit in here.
You know what? I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How's your dating been? How's that been for you?
Mostly non-existent recently. I have I don't know, I've been single for about a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing somebody in Denver. But then, it just wasn't for me. So I'm that kind of person where, if I realize that somebody isn't for me, I let them go and let them find somebody that is for them. And, at the end of the day, ain't nobody getting no younger out here. Can't be wasting folks' time. Why are you going to spend time with somebody and you only so on them?
Hello? Preach.
So it's just, I make my decisions and all that kind of stuff. But it's largely not really happening. I'm on a couple of dating apps, but I've never really 100% been all that vigilant with them. I guess I'm wasting my money. But earlier this year, I really resolved to just stop the search. And fellas out there, this will do a world of good for you because a lot of guys put so much pressure on the hunt and searching for women and just trying to date women and get in relationships. And if you just take some time off and just meet people and form relationships and connections with folks, you'll be way better off.
I think so too. Honestly, I definitely
got to take a break. You can't be always on that.
Because, for me, the type of time I'm on, I'm not out here putting myself out there like, hey, I want to be in a relationship tomorrow. No, because at the end of the day, I genuinely want to get to know somebody. But you never know. People who could start off as friends can lead up to something more. Mm-hmm. So don't put expectations on something. It's not good because then you're expecting something. When you don't expect it, that's when shit happens.
Yeah. But, there is always that, look, in my mind, game recognized game. And I know when dudes are being friends with women, they just sitting there waiting for their shot.
Hey.
So, I always see that. And it really just, I can admit I have, as of this week, I've been kind of talking to somebody a little bit, but, it's just been phone conversations, ain't nothing, too crazy. But outside of that, it's just, all of 2020 just wasn't my focus.
Right.
I was focusing on work, focusing on my podcast. And then I started focusing on this and my new podcast and, just trying to invest in myself. I think
you should.
I've been on keto for a couple months now, dropping that weight. But yeah, look, everybody, there is no better time to work on yourself
than now. Absolutely.
Closed up. You're not missing out on anything. So do it. Go on a diet. Work out more. I don't learn a second language. Do something. You should come out of this quarantine better than when you came in.
Amen.
So
that's why starting my YouTube channel was important to me. Because not only that I wanted to speak about, transgender Black women and the things that we experience and go through.
This Ashley a fool right now.
I'm just Ashley babes.
Talking about taking her break away from you playing until 2025, huh? The brothers can't be that bad. Come on now. The brothers ain't that bad.
Girl, I understand, baby, because they be playing stunts and shells, girl. I understand.
I'll be getting inboxes from people that I get inboxes from some women, direct messages from some women with screenshots stuff that guys said to them, or and I'm just like, oh no. It's like, you got some work to do, Chris. And I'm like, I can't save everybody. I can only save the people I can reach.
You
But
know what's so funny?
yeah.
I've been like matter of fact, prime and simple. Today I was on POF and this guy inboxed me. He's like, damn, I wonder how your lips will feel around my dick. I was like, block, delete, block, delete, block, delete.
Damn. Do you
But before I blocked
oh no, go ahead.
Before I blocked and delete him, I said something back to him. And I said, I don't know. You should ask your mother. You have a blessed day.
Oh, damn. See what? Oh, damn. Brought his mama into it. So what I was going to ask was on your dating profiles, do you put do you put that you're trans like in all caps at the top and all that stuff? I've seen that on a couple of profiles on like Bumble or whatever.
I have to put that because a lot of guys, one thing I don't believe in is misleading. I don't do that. I think if you are who you are, be proud and stay firm. And it is what it is. Either they're gonna like it or they're not. If they don't like it, God bless them. Keep it moving. That's it.
That's what's up. So I just want to let you know. I mean, a lot of ladies out there know this. Men do not read profiles on dating sites.
Clearly.
That girl that I was talking about in Denver that I was dating for a while, I didn't find out she was trans until I was in the lift on the way to the first date. We had been chatting and texting back and forth, and it was really good conversation. We set up a date, and then I'm on the way to them. Like, hey, let me look at this profile and just, do a little research, make sure I got some talking points. and I'm like, oh, okay, she's trans. All right. I mean, she wasn't the first woman of trans experience that I dated. So I just saw them like, well, shit, I wasn't even like shooting for that, but whatever. Like, cool.
Yeah.
It was just I didn't read the profile because I'm a man and we don't read profiles.
No, what I do when a guy inbox me, what I do is, hey, did you read my profile by any chance? I do happen to say that. And some guys be like, yeah, I read your profile. It's fine with me. It's cool. And then some guys like, no, I didn't read. And then some guys be like, I'm not into dick. I like straight coochie. That's a sin what you're doing. Like the way it listen, if you don't like it, why do you need to do all this negative feedback? Like, well, I didn't ask you all of that. I actually read my profile. I didn't ask you for none of that.
That's crazy.
It's just disrespectful. I just block because I'm like, if I go back and forth, I'm giving you too much energy. I can't do that. I can't allow that to happen.
Yeah. And I routinely, I don't completely rail against the Black church, but I share my disappointment with the Black church routinely and how it's a lot of folks in church that feel like their opinion matters and it doesn't. And, I've heard, even telling some people that I know, hey, I do date trans women as well. Oh, well, I don't really agree with that. And this is, I'm like,
ain't nobody asked you if you agree.
Exactly. Who the fuck are you to agree or disagree?
I didn't ask your
Nobody
ass.
know your
I was
ass.
just telling you.
Yeah.
Different.
They feel like it matters that they agree or disagree. And it's just like,
I don't get that because that's, honestly, that's something that would irk my motherfucking nerves right there. See, stuff like that.
The audacity.
I didn't ask your ass if it mattered to you. I didn't ask nothing about that. Okay. Okay. I didn't look at you and say, why the hell did you come out looking like what the fuck and why the fuck did it happen? Okay. Thank you.
I gotta throw this one up here. Look, the big fellas out there, my man King Clee, myself, we big fellas.
My problem
and the big fellas need love too, ladies. Okay.
It's the
not everybody
that hit me up. Girl, I love me a chubby guy in a minute, honey. Okay?
Not everybody got the 6-pack. Okay. The big man.
Ashley, it be these little anorexic niggas that be trying to talk to me. Where's the meat, baby? Is somebody feeding you? Because I'm trying to understand.
Maybe he needs a good woman that's going to fatten him up.
Nah, My ex-boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
not my previous, but my previous before that. Before him, I never used to like chubby guys.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see a chubby guy, that is sexy to me. I don't care if a guy has a stomach, that is sexy to me. I would choose a chubby guy quicker than a skinny. I'm sorry, I don't do sticks. Thank you.
All right. Big men, you heard it here first. Up in them DMs. You ready for you? All right. Just don't send any dick pics. Don't be disgusting.
No.
Be gentlemen.
Yes.
Be gentlemen. All gentlemen that are big men. There you go. You know, it's sad you got to put that disclaimer out there. It is sad you got to tell people, don't be a terrible human being. Don't be disgusting. Just be a nice person. You be decent.
Yes.
No. Shoots. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I'm just ready for this haircut tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my beard like, ugh.
So today I actually did my balding because I had hair, but I happened to do my balding. I put Nair all over and I said, girl, oop. Now when I go to work tomorrow,
I like that look though. I like that look on you. And I wish a lot of people did that more often and, you know, kind of own their natural look. Whatever natural look they want to wear, you know?
Well, thank you, darling.
I appreciate that on you. Yeah. And, you know, my friend, you know, she was in here earlier, Brianna, she wears her hair natural as well. And I love it. I think it's great.
Like, I wear wigs because I'm a wig queen T. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be truthfully honest. I can wear this in the house.
I seen your Instagram. I know you got the blonde wig. You rock the blonde wig.
Like, honestly, like, I'm scared to go to work like this. I'm scared to step out my house like this. But inside my house, I can feel like, whoo, yes, honey. But
well, I mean, you know, when you at your job, because you're at a place where you have to deal with the public, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, and that gets a little dangerous because you know you don't want it. It's sad, but you know, harassment will come, and even more harassment comes to trans and cis women that you know wear their natural hair shorter, and if you wore that bald style out, people will be looking. People will be gawking. Maybe not New York, but you know, in a lot of these other smaller cities, people would gawk.
Baby,
in New York, I don't know anything about. I've never been in New York, so I don't know.
In New York too, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been told a lot that I can be aggressive, and I know I can be aggressive because I don't kiss nobody's ass. Only reason why is just because of my upbringing, and I am who I am. As far like, forget all that. I'm not gonna allow nobody to disrespect me. And the thing is, like, I know when to say something and when not to say something. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Huh? I said discretion is good.
Yeah, because I know when to say and when not to say. I know when to bite the bullet. But if I have to check you, I'm going to check you because you're not going to be disrespectful. Like, I had a situation on my job where this girl, she didn't know the proper pronouns. And she said, oh, he's just a man that's dressing up like a woman, right? That's not really a girl. And I said, let me explain something to you, girlfriend. I'm more woman than you'll ever be in your life, baby. That's number one. Number two, I'm special. I'm in my own lane. I'm not trying to be like you. Trust me. Like, I just don't understand it. And it's crazy how I get it from more cis women than men. I always get it from more women than men. It's never the men with me. It's the women. It's always like, oh, you want to have a pussy like me? You want to be like me? No, I don't. Well, I feel like trans women, we're in our own lane. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, they feel threatened. And, you know, it's because I think that leads to, you know, we briefly touched on the murders before, but I think that leads to a lot of violence. You know, the expectations of a lot of cis women put on men in terms of how they're supposed to display their masculinity.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're a cis man and you're on the street, walking down the street, holding hands with a trans woman, you know, they're like, oh, that's a boy, this and that. Now he's feeling pressure on him, and now he might react a certain way. He might feel the shame or whatever else. And, you know, you saw the Hollywood Boulevard attacks, right? You saw the
Hmm.
attack on, yeah.
That
So the
shit pissed
Hollywood
me
Boulevard
off.
attack. What made me upset was right at the beginning of the video, before anything really happened, you just hear a cis woman yelling, "That's a man, that's a boy," and I'm just like, the fuck. Like, why you, and I'm just like, why you got to be start? First off, why you got to be starting shit? Like, why do you feel like it's you that got to be out there like that? And I mean, that dude, he knew what he was doing. He knew who he was with. He wasn't fooled or nothing like that.
Right.
I heard different stories. I'm not going to share because nothing is confirmed, but there are stories that say that the static didn't even have nothing to do with them being trans. It had something to do with something else. But
Right.
it just that woman yelling, it's just like, man, what the hell? And Diane Tourget, great columnist, who was let go by Vice, but all of her content is still up. And she published a story about she published stories of men who were dating cis women, and the women found out that they were watching trans porn. Found out that they were attracted to trans women. And I know when I was dating primarily cis women, that was something I was deathly afraid of. That was a huge fear of mine. And actually, at one point in my life, I thought I would have to, live having sex with cis women or being married to cis women, having families and all that stuff while hiding this for the rest of my life. Like, I thought that's what the rest of my life would look like at a certain point. But, there's a whole other, there's a fear of your male friends finding out from a lot of guys, but it's also the fear of seeming gay, lesser than, less masculine, less respected by the women in your community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad that you see that, because in my mind, I think a lot of that static from a lot of cis women, it just comes from insecurity, low self-esteem.
Thank you. You
being
stole it right out of my mouth, because that's how I feel. It has something to do within. Now I know some women that were like, "Girl, yes, who cares? Like, whatever. Like, no, like, it's not all. It's some."
mm-hmm.
And I mostly
Some,
get
but
it
not
from
all.
I mostly get it from the Caribbean women, from me.
Okay.
Because they be like, yes, girl. Mm-hmm. And they be like, yeah, girl. And next minute, body boy, da da da, all this craziness. I'm like, girl, I will fly your head. Uh-uh. Because I just don't like that. I just don't like. Who the fuck gives you the right to tell me how to live, to tell me who I am as a person? And you are? Like, you put in so much energy and effort to tell me what it is with me. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, you too invested. I don't know you. Like,
Mhm.
what? I just don't. I would never understand that. Like, I just don't. Mm-mm.
I mean, it shouldn't be understood. That's just clearly illogical. So
Right.
it's definitely a mess. But that I think the same way when I see Republican lawmakers like, yeah, well, we gotta make a bathroom bill, and now we gotta make this other bill, and we gotta do this because God told me so, and my religion says this, and it's just like, man, ain't nothing in that book about trans people at all. Like, the fuck out of here. And you know what? If there was a being that created the universe, heavens and the stars, created all of us,
Mm-hmm.
if I were a being that created the entire universe, in the universe, right now we are in a solar system with one star and 9 or 10, maybe more planets. They haven't really discovered those other ones yet, but there might be some other ones out there. Anywho, I love space, so I'm all into that.
I
Former
just
space
do.
counselor, by the way.
Yeah.
But look, we're in one star, our solar system. There are billions of stars out there with multiple planets orbiting them. All those planets, billions upon billions of planets, billions of stars, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of galaxies. I mean, if you were the being that made all that shit, why would you give a fuck what the people on this one little dirt ball is really doing? And why would you give a fuck that one human loved another human? Like, it
Love
don't
is
matter
love.
what kind of human they are. Like, why would you give a fuck? I really wouldn't give a shit. It just doesn't make sense in my
It
mind.
doesn't make
I'm not
sense.
shitting on religion. I'm not shitting on Christianity. I'm just shitting on the logic of people that believe that God really cares if, you know, a man sleeps with a man, if a man sleeps with a trans woman, if a woman sleeps with a woman.
Who cares?
What? He got a whole lot of other shit to worry about than what's happening on this little dirt ball. What's happening between two little specks of dust in this universe.
It's
That makes
sad.
it don't make sense.
It's so sad.
Well, shoot. Hey, Tamika, this was awesome. And I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. You know, I was feeling down earlier today because I had a stream planned and then it got canceled again. And, you know, with all this stuff, people just back out. It sucks. But I'm glad you were here to help me out, hang out with me, get a stream going, and, you know, just talk some shit. So definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess with that. Oh, wait, actually, you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yes, so you can find me on Facebook, Tamika Alexis. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, Tamika Alexis. Just how you see it right here down below, my loves.
Oh, you want to spell it out? This is going out on podcast. Spell
TAM.
it.
So my Facebook and YouTube channel is TAMIKA, Tamika, my first name. My middle name, Alexis, good day. ALEXIS, Tamika Alexis.
All right. And everybody watching this on Tamika's channel, you can find me on the Men Like Us podcast channel. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, some other spots. There are so many podcast places out there. You know, YouTube and Facebook. So definitely look out for it. We're going to have more conversations and we'll have more guests coming up. So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.